Hey, what is up, guys? So we got a pretty awesome duel showcasing the new movie Archetype. Well, they were known as the Hyokai, but now they are called the Cubics, I guess. I don't know if they interchanged the name, but anyways, basically they are a new archetype that has a lot of very, very powerful cards. I haven't really talked about them on my channel, so we'll be pausing and kind of explaining what the heck is going on. So, do you guys remember the Meteor Hyokai device Duja? It's now actually called Duja, the Cubic Meteor device. So, when it's normal summon or special, you get to send one Cubic card from your deck to the graveyard. So, he went ahead and sent the Cubic Karma. So this card is, when it's activated, you get to target a cubic monster you control, except for the VGem and the cubic spawn, and then you can send any number of VGem, the cubic spawns from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Then the targeted monster means 800 attack for each monster sent to the graveyard by this effect, even if this card leaves the field. During your opponent's turn, if VGem, the cubic spawn, is special summoned by a cubic monster's effect, so you can send this card to the graveyard, and if you do, half your opponent's life points. You can banish this card from your graveyard to add one cubic monster from your deck to your hand. So the simple play over here was to summon this guy over here, whether he's normal or special. You get to put this card in the graveyard, and then you get to go ahead and banish it to add anything from your deck to your hand that is a cubic monster. So that's a really good ability just to go for whatever you want. Anyways, this guy's playing a synchro deck. At first I was like, what the heck is going on here? Could have wrote it here, but maybe he obviously, wanted to get rid of that giant hands effect. So anyways, he's now going to go ahead and summon the Junk Synchron, and then he's going to go for a play. Going to go ahead and bust out the formula, and then he busts out the Quasar Dragon. Then he's going to go ahead and special summon that Doppel Warrior, getting the Excel Synchron, and then gaining, of course, those two tokens. Then he's going to go Jet Warrior play, and then he ends his field with a Stardust Warrior and a Shooting Quasar Dragon. So, what can this deck do against him? Well, let's go ahead and find out, because originally I was like, I don't understand how this deck plays. So it goes ahead and sets VGem, the Cubic Spawn, over here. So this card has a pretty interesting effect. So it can't be destroyed by battle. And then at the end of the damage step, if this card battled an opponent's monster, you can place this card face up, or this card from the monster zone to your spell and trap zone as a face-up continuous spell card. If you do, place one cubic counter on that opponent's monsters. Monsters with cubic counters can't attack, also their effects are negated. While this card is treated as a continuous spell card by this effect, you can special summon this card. So that card can get really, really, really nasty. So it's like, oh, by the way, not only can you not attack, but you're going to be able to negate their effects. So that's a very, very good card. And then he has the cubic combination over here. So it's a trap card that says, you can fusion summon one cubic monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. If a face-up cubic monster is destroyed mid-battle or leaves the field, you can banish this card from the graveyard to special summon one level 4 or lower cubic monster from your hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. And if you do, it can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects this turn. It's like, what? Oh my gosh, this archetype is looking pretty strong already. But anyways, he goes ahead and attacks it. It can't be destroyed by battle, but then it's going to activate its effect to either place a counter or be put in the spell and trap zone. But then he goes ahead and activates the cubic combination. Earlier in the duel, he did activate Fusion Conscription to add one, but I mean, that's just going to add one card from his deck to his hand that is listed as a fusion monster. So anyways, here is their boss monster, and this is the Crimson Nova Trinity, the Dark Cubic Wicked Deity. So it requires Crimson Nova, the Dark Cubic Deity, Crimson Nova, the Dark Cubic Deity, plus Crimson Nova, the Dark Cubic Deity. So, from there, you can see, you get triple of those guys over there. So then, let me go ahead and mouse over this guy's effect over here. And then, so it must be fusion summoned with the above fusion monsters. It cannot be special summoned by other ways. Cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And I was already like facepalming. I was like, do we need more of these cards? No, I don't think so. And it has 4,500 attacks, so certain things that normally would run over things, no, that 45 too strong. But anyways, if this card declares an attack, half your opponent's life points. Pretty good effect. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can activate this effect. This card can make a second attack during this battle phase. If you do take effect damage, you can inflict the same amount of damage to your opponent. So basically that means like, oh, if your opponent's playing Burn, they can't really get around that. Because I know some decks like the Raid Rappers, or previously when they made the Tower deck, the Cleese, people would just sometimes burn you to death. And this one is just going to say, no, you can't burn me to death. It kind of ruins that alternate win condition. But it does have that effect that it cannot be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effects, which is a really nasty thing to run into. And going back to reading the Crimson Nova's effect, because you need 3 of them. So anyways, it cannot be normal summon set. Must be special summoned from your hand by revealing 3 other cubic cards with different different names from your hand and cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card is unaffected by effects that effects from any other monster whose original attack is 3,000 or less. So that's basically like kind of like a Towers. When this card attacking card destroys an opponent's monster by battle. After inflicting damage calculation, you can activate this effect. This card can make a second attack during this battle phase. During your end phase, inflict 3,000 damage to both players. You can only use the effect of Crimson Nova, the Dark Key with DeeDee once per turn. So it's got a pretty decent effect, but obviously this is like the more boss version of the deck. But anyways, he's going to go ahead, move this card to defense mode because he sees this and he's like, nope. So he's going to go ahead and now attack over Level Eater. Quasar is going to activate its effect because it's going to make it so it halves the opponent's life points, but this card can't be destroyed. So this card is better than Quasar at that point. He goes ahead and gets rid of Quasar so he can then use the Duja's effect. Duja's effect obviously lets you send one of those cards, the Karma, and then from there you are able to add any cubic card. So he's going to go ahead and then let that card be destroyed, then special summon this card over here, which is the Buster Gondal the Cubic Spear Super Beast. These names, man, too long. But anyways, cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summon from your hand by sending 3 cubic monsters you control to the graveyard. Cannot be special summoned by other ways. Again, the other card ignores the summoning conditions of the card, so you can be good to go. If summoned this way, it gains 3,000 attack. This card can make 3 attacks during each battle phase. If this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by your opponent's card, by battle or by card effect, you can target up to 3 cubic monsters in your graveyard and special summon them. Then you can add 1 cubic card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Like, really? You could add 3, and then you could add any cubic card? Like, I don't know, man. And then he goes ahead and is able to also special summon this guy over here, which is Indoria Deathbolt, the Cubic Super Emperor. So, can't be normal summon set, must be special summoned from your hand by sending 3 cubic monsters you control to the graveyard. Can't be special summoned by other ways. Gains 2,400 attack. If this card is special summoned from the hand, you get to inflict 800 damage to your opponent. If this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by your opponent's card effect, or by battle, or by card effect, you can target up to 3 cubic monsters in your graveyard to special summon them, and if you do, add 1 cubic card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So let's let you just get 3 cubic monsters, and then get another cubic card, like, but Stratos, man, is too good, too good. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and have that effect of the cubic combination where it cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects. Then he goes ahead and makes a 101. Cyrus is going to say nope to that, but he goes ahead and summons this guy over here, and then he's just going to go ahead and banish that card, because this card has the effect, but it can't be destroyed by battle. At the end of the damage step, you can place it in the continuous spell card zone, and then it gets to place a cubic counter. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because what happens is if he negates this card's effect and attacks over, then it's all over anyways. So he negated this attack. Not that it really mattered, it was going to be game anyways, but yeah, so that's going to go ahead and half his opponent's life points, and then he gets attacked for 4,500. So that is cubics, guys. I'm feeling like this deck is like just a little bit OP. I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts on it. But going back to reading the other cubic card that we didn't get to see in action, which is Cubic Samsara. So when an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you get to target the attacking monster. Your opponent special summons as many monsters as possible with the same name as that monster from their hand, deck, or graveyard in attack position. If they do, change the attack of that target, and the monster special summoned by this effect to 0. Also place 1 cubic counter on each of those monsters. Monsters with cubic counters can't attack. Also their effects are negated. Then special summon 1 level 4 or lower cubic monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. So that ignoring summoning conditions, obviously it's a pretty good effect. But overall, I just feel like this deck it's really strong, and like the fact that this card, I mean, yeah, I guess you have to have triple of them, right? But the thing is, like, there's so many cards that search out. Obviously, the other small monster, you can search it out. You can summon a monk into it. I don't really know this archetype too well, but let me know, guys, what other things can we use to make this deck even better? Because at the top of my head, I'm just thinking, since you're able to add so many cards, Magical Merchant, you're able to just keep on going through cycle cards. Maybe that could be an option. I know you want those 3 specific cards to actually make this, but like this card, with the exception of maybe like Kaiju's, like, Lava Golem, like this card is very, very difficult for a lot of decks just to deal with. And on top of that, when it attacks, you just got half your opponent's life points, and then it can make a second attack. This is like way better than Quasar. You could see it outclassed Quasar, and the guy had Stardust Warrior out on board, and the guy just, it didn't really matter because all you need to do is make this card, and certain decks will just lose. Kind of like that Towers, kind of like that Raid Raptors card, and it's just something people are gonna have to deal with. But it has that 4,500 extra attack. Oh man, this card is going to be so annoying to deal with for certain decks. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on this. Do you guys think it's OP, or do you guys think, it's pretty much the same as most archetypes? I think this deck is going to be really good. It's from the new Dark Dimensions movie. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you guys give that like button a titty slap. And thanks, Entropy, for sending in the sweet replay. Loved it, man. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. It's been Bowl Smith. Signing out.